与您分享独处的幸福心理学，不是被迫的孤独与寂寞，而是主动回来做自己，在一个人时，在群众里也能享受独处的幸福。
I look forward to sharing with you the latest research about how pain is created, how we feel pain coming from our brain, it's the center of where pain is feelings are originated, and how we can work with that to improve our mental, emotional, physical, and social well-being.
相信大家都有这样的一个体验，那就是当你心情好的时候，你看到身边的人事物都是美好的。但是俗话说，人生不如意之事十之八九。所以，当我们遇到不如意的事情时，如何能够稳住心情，才是活出幸福人生的关键哦。那我们应该怎样做到呢？
本次的讲座透过情绪的起伏、梦境以及内外的冲突，带领大家一起寻找并遇见真实的自己。
And I would like to invite you to join me for a free webinar called Thriving During COVID-19, Cultivating Self-Compassion and Developing Resilience, on Sunday, February 23rd from 3 to 4:30 p.m. as part of the Resilience and Wellbeing Summit presented by the University of Tunku Abdul Rahman.
3月8号晚上8点，我将带领一场讲座，叫做“好心情，好幸福”，欢迎大家一起来参与，我们到时见哦。
I'm really looking forward to presenting at the summit. My topic is going to be all about finding balance and cultivating resilience. During this presentation, I'm going to introduce you to this idea that well-being is in fact a skill that can be learned.
我们都一直努力地撑着，大家还好吗？病毒的肆虐让我们感受到生命的无助，生活上的各种挑战也让我们感受到不同程度的紧绷、压力、烦躁、不安，甚至是恐惧。但同时，我们也看到顽强的生命力。你还记得自己尝试过了哪些努力和调整吗？有没有发现自己其实可以沉稳下来，弹性变通，还可以自救？马来西亚生命线协会成立超过30年，疫情期间也不间断地提供电话辅导、线上心理健康课程等等。如今，生命线协会推出95爱心基金，邀请950位大众以小额定期方式捐款，只需要1天1令吉，也就是每3个月95令吉，就可以协助组织以各种服务和课程，有效地推动95精神。什么是95精神？指的是当挑战在我们能力范围内，我们需懂得如何自救；而挑战太大，无法独自面对时，我们则需要懂得发出求救信号。我杨艳艳邀请大家一起小额定期捐款，一起支持生命线协会的服务，让人人在疫情下发挥95精神，懂得自救、求救。
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Resilience and Wellbeing Summit 2022. Our sessions will start at 8:30 p.m. While waiting for our events to start, let us introduce a bit about our summit. We will start our sessions today. In conjunction with University Tunku Abdul Rahman 20th anniversary of its foundings in Malaysia, we are hosting the first historical summit, the Resilience and Wellbeing Summit 2022, together with co-host partner, Body Counseling Center and Journey Within. Our dedicated partner are Alliance ILIN, Kaohsiung Medical University Positive Psychology Center, Taiwan Mindfulness Associations, Taiwan Associations for Caring and Counseling for Loss, Malaysia Xiao En Group Counseling and Support, Lifeline Associations Malaysia, Malaysia Mindfulness Association, Tan Siang Mitra Welfare Associations Penang, Inner Journey Academy, Roll Call Firms, and Sing Chu Daily. The durations of our summit is from 20th February to 31st March this year. For the next 6 weeks, we will be covering various topics under the themes of resilience and well-being. The summit will have speakers from around the world, which includes mental health specialists, psychologists, psychiatrists, neuroscientists, counselors, and mind training practitioners to provide the insights on mental well-being and strengthening resilience. Although our seats for webinars sold out, feel free to share with your friends and family about our Facebook Live to benefit them too. Please like our Facebook page for further updates. You can find the link from our chat box. And we will start our sessions today at 8:30 p.m. See you guys in another 2 minutes. Thank you. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining for today's webinar. My name is Gan Sing Sing and I'm your MC for the day. We will have Dr. Jamila Hanum to present her research entitled A Randomized Control Trial to Evaluate the Effectiveness of an Islamic Psychospiritual ACT-based preventions program in increasing resilience for at-risk young adults during the COVID-19 pandemic. Just a little housekeeping rules before we get started. Our chat box will be closed throughout the sessions. If you have any questions during the presentations, please type them into the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel of our Resilience and Wellbeing Facebook page. Kindly do not perform any recording during the event. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's begin to introduce our moderator of the day, Puan Wira Wahida Kamaru Zaman. Puan Wira graduated from psychology, minoring in Islamic World Knowledge and Heritage at International Islamic University, Malaysia. She has a master's in educational psychology. Currently, she is doing her doctorate degree in psychology She has a master's in educational psychology. Currently, she is doing her doctorate degree in psychology at University Tunku Abdul Rahman. She was an academic coordinator at one consultants company that organized many motivations and team building programs for school children. She joined University Tunku Abdul Rahman in 2006 as a lecturer. She has taught several psychology subjects such as Introductions to Psychology, Applied Psychology, Child, Adolescent Psychology, Adults and Aging Psychology, Industrial and Organization Psychology, and Behavioral in Organizations. She is still active in giving motivations talks for children, school children. She is an energetic and warm person who believes that positive mindfulness will bring a great future. Without further ado, let me pass the floor to Puan Wira. Puan Wira, please.
Hi, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Hi. Assalamualaikum and very good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar for today. Thank you for joining us despite of your busy schedule, isn't it? So as the MC, thank you, MC, for introducing me. So I no need to introduce myself anymore, right? Okay. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is Dr. Jamilah Hanum Abdul Qayyum. She is assistant professor at the International Islamic University Malaysia at the Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Heritage. She's graduated her first degree is in psychology at IIUM, and then she proceeds her postgraduate diploma in psychology at University of Melbourne. And then she took her master's degree in clinical psychology in UKM, and also she got her doctoral degree in psychological medicine at University Putra Malaysia. Now she's a academician and also clinical psychologist. She's very active in doing research, and she has several research grants and presented in several conferences and talks. So she's has vast experience in this particular field, right? She lives in Seri Gombak, Selangor, with her husband and 2 children. So without further ado, please welcome Dr. Jamilah Hanum. Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah, and a very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for allocating time to be with us today.
Yes. How are you, Doctor?
Good. A bit tired. I have a workshop from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Yeah, we are struggling with marking in IIUM now. And I think resilience is very important for all of us, including me.
Yes, sure. So without delay this no more, the floor is yours, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator Puan Wira Wahida. So I'm going to share my screen. So I would need some responses to tell me whether you are able to see my screen or not. Okay, all right. So on my side, I have shared my slides for tonight. Puan Wira Wahida. So can you hear my voice clearly? Can you see my slides clearly?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so again, I would like to say thank you to my colleagues, Mr. Angus, Yuta, and also my colleagues from Journey Within who invited me again this year for the Mindfulness Summit. And I'm very happy to share with all of you one of the research that I have completed recently. Last year, 2021. This research has been completed last year, and we are in the process of publishing the materials. And I understand that majority of us today probably have different faith, come from different faith or come from various faiths other than Islam. And feel free to ask me if you would like to know more about the study. However, it does not only contain Islamic psycho-spirituality contents. It comes from a conventional therapy called ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy. And I believe that you will definitely also learn about ACT from a conventional perspective as well. Yeah. Okay. And these are the agenda for tonight. I'm going to share with you a bit of introduction, and then I will be sharing with you how does the study being conducted, and a bit of the results and a bit of summary. Well, everyone knows that during COVID-19, many of us are, having psychological distress. Many of us are impacted tremendously. And when we say impacted tremendously, it could be negative in nature, or in other words, that our psychological well-being being tested, our mental health issues probably arising, and these are also supported by the data from the research that people conducted for the past 2 years. And the global prevalence of mental health problems among general population increased due to COVID-19 pandemic. And at the early of COVID-19 pandemic, we see so many people who have acute stress disorder because many are having issues in adapting to the changes. And the impact of this pandemic covers various aspects, not only psychologically. We are impacted. Our mental health are impacted because many of us struggle in terms of economic, and those who have been seeing psychologists, psychiatrists, their medical doctor, their resources, their health resources becoming reduced. This is also relevant to the mental health care resources. Very limited. I remember that in the early of 2020, I'm not really trained to conduct sessions online, but I must adapt quickly to do online session in order for me to be able to reach out to people. But there are also people, my patients or my clients, who also not comfortable doing sessions or doing psychotherapy online. So limited mental health care resources also happen. And the changes of our lifestyle dramatically change. Our lifestyle dramatically change, and we somehow being forced to adapt very fast, or otherwise very difficult to survive. No need to mention about thriving. And as we know that young adults, even before the pre-pandemic, these are the populations who already suffer a lot. Even before COVID-19, these are the populations that are being tested the populations that has been found to be very vulnerable. In other words, that their mental health issue even before COVID-19 are already at stake. Because of what? Because of the transitions. A lot of transitions are happening from the adolescent years to university years or young adult years. There's a lot of transitions, and it could be seen that their mental health are also affected even before COVID-19. And COVID-19 make it even worse. Yeah, make it even worse. Our young adults having issues in terms of financial constraints, especially when their parents have no, or know the job opportunities become lesser, and they need to stay at home, care and or do other stuff other than their studies. Yeah, and they keep thinking about their future. Who's not thinking about future? But our young adults, they worry more than, I would say that I'm more stable. Yeah, I have I have work and my work is not impacted, and I even probably enjoy working from home. But based on the data that I have found, our young adults are highly affected because they need to play very different role, and also the roles and responsibility getting more and more during the COVID-19. In other words, that mental health issues is a real problem during the COVID-19 pandemic, and our young adults are highly affected. So we know that when the limited mental health resources during the COVID-19, but people are in stress. So how can we help them? One of the way is through digitalized mental health intervention. And based on the data from 2 decades ago, digitalized mental health intervention provide an effective outcome for the mental health intervention. Yeah, and this is an evidence-based, and because this is an evidence-based, it is very timely for us to learn on how to conduct mental health interventions online or digitalize it, because using digital mental health intervention, it reduces cost. It transcends physical limits. It increases the flexibility and the autonomy of users. And because of this strength of digital mental health intervention, I started to think that a self-help intervention for our young adults need to be digitalized. So we need to take the opportunities on this challenging situation, so that we are, quote unquote, forcing ourselves to learn new thing, and we are able to contribute new things to our young people. And based on the literatures, when I would like to design the psychological interventions that are digitalized in nature, I have at the back of my mind that this digitalized intervention does not only will reduce the mental health problems, does not only reduce the symptoms such as depression symptoms, anxiety symptoms, and also stress symptoms. But I would like the mental health interventions that we design for these young adults able to help them to develop their strength, able to allow them to develop psychological flexibility that is very much needed in this changing time during this pandemic. And I would like them to become more resilient. And based on the research that we have done, the review of the literature, self-compassion also could help someone to become more psychologically flexible and also resilient. And I have found that this psychological flexibility and self-compassion concept is touched directly, by ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy. Is a combination of cognitive, behavioral, and mindfulness strategies. And the nice thing about ACT, it is transdiagnostic in nature. Transdiagnostic means that using the same module during using the same treatment plan or intervention plan, we could be able to target or help different kind of people with different kind of diagnosis. And when we talk about resilience, now I would like to invite all of you to engage with me. Take your smartphone. If you can, use that QR code and share with us what is resilience to you, because one of the protective factors of psychological distress, in other words, that one of the factors that can reduce your psychological distress is resilience. So I would like to know what is resilience to you. If you have difficulties to use the QR code because you are now actually, oh, thank you, someone has responded. Yeah, if what we call this QR code is not helping, let me see if I have other things. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot to put the link, or do I have the link? But it seems like so many people have started to respond. At least 4 people out of 69 participants have responded. And looking at the screen now, we can see that someone choose the word bounce back, adapt or ability to adapt, free form. What is free form? Yeah, I need to improve my English. Free form. What is that? Okay, toughness. Okay, all right. Surviving. Surviving. But someone also say that thriving. Thriving. Not only surviving, but also thriving. Trying hard to survive. Trying hard to survive. That must be reason why you say trying hard to survive. Yeah. And thank you so much for sharing with me your thoughts. The power of mind. So resilience is the power of mind. Where we will be able to see later on, does resilience only connote to cognitive ability or cognitive power? Yeah. Staying calm. Someone has started to use the word emotion there. Staying calm. Yeah. Staying calm, tough, calm, acceptance. Yeah. Ease, at ease. Okay. All right, and someone has used the word flexible. But as how we can see that currently on the screen, the bounce back is the middle one, and it is the largest one. Probably, more and more people have used that word bounce back. And let's see whether your definition of resilient is in line with the academic literature. Yeah, even though it is not in line, it's okay. Yep. But as a researcher, I would like to share with you. Someone choose the word recover. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Nyawa. It's very, that is very strong word. Resilience means nyawa to you. Okay, all right. You definitely have a lot of reason, or you have reason to use that. So, what does it mean by resilience? So, in academic term, resilience is the process. So, when we talk about a process, it means like there is no like black and white or categorical connotations on resilience, such as there is or there is no resilience. No. Yeah, when we talk about process, means it takes time to develop it, and it also involves continuum, whereby sometimes we have higher resilience, sometimes we have lower resilience, somehow we have like a so-so resilience, and resilience is the process of being able to adapt well. Yeah, someone has used the word adapt or adaptation. So resilience means that we are able to adapt well, and we are able to bounce back quickly. So that is the meaning of resilience. Bounce back, yes, but quickly in times of stress. And I would like to summarize based on my humble research experiences and also clinical experiences. I would say that in my own understanding, I consider resilience as an opportunities as an opportunities for us to develop resilience. In other words, that we cannot be a resilient people if you live in an environment that is so comfortable, when the environment has zero stress at all, or everything have been done for you. So when too comfortable, you have no opportunities to develop resilience. Yeah, that is the first component. And another component for me is willingness to develop that resilience. So there's a lot of factors that can make us as a resilient person, according to the Connor Davidson resilience scale. Yeah, Connor Davidson is the author for this resilience scale, and I would like to summarize the main contributing factors of resilience according to the Connor Davidson. According to Connor Davidson, someone who have close and secure attachment may be able to become a more resilient people. In other words, that it is not only about psychological element per se, it is also about socio-environmental factors, whereby if someone has a close and secure attachment with the parents, yeah, with their parents, with their their family members, yeah, a trusted relationship with their lecturer, with their friend, these are people who will be more resilient. And the person who also is someone who are optimistic. Their view change as an opportunity. Whether they do it purposely or accidentally, but they may be able to be more optimistic and have faith that yes, this is a stressful time, but as we know, nothing is permanent. Yeah, so they may view that stressful time as an opportunity. And we know that people who are entrepreneur or businessman, when they see some changes, they will think that this is an opportunity, some of my friends who involve in business, they make millions selling, what we call that, oh my goodness, what do we use nowadays, the liquid that help us to make sure that our hands are clean. I've lost the word. I think my brain is so tired.
Hand sanitizer.
Yes, mashallah. I'm so sorry. I've lost the word.
Okay.
Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. So they view that, oh, this is the right opportunity to sell hand sanitizer, to sell masks and whatnot. But that is from the perspective of business. Yeah, from the perspective of an academic like me, yeah, I don't know that in 2020, 2021, I publish and I do research more. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Yeah, after looking back at, for the past 2 years, I've published quite a number of papers. I have completed quite a number of research. So that is from my perspective as an academic. Even though that the person is optimistic, even though that the person has faith, but at the same time, the person who are resilient recognize the limits to control. They don't know what will happen in the future. They don't know that until when our new friend called Omicron will stay around and probably visit us from time to time. So they believe that they can influence outcome, but they have no control towards the outcome. So when they know that there are certain things that they cannot do, they engage the support of others. And they believe that self-efficacy means that they believe that they have the ability to move forward. They have the ability to survive. They have the capacity, the competency to move forward, to thrive, to survive and thrive. And this is also coupled with past successes, past experiences. So as I have informed, nothing is permanent. We suffer with COVID-19 now. Yeah, we probably have suffered with something 2 years back, 3 years back, 5 years back. We have been hit previously, and it may trigger the same emotion. And based on how we have adapted previously, we may want to use that kind of competency, experiences in managing the current situation or the current stress, the current difficult times. And people who are resilient, they are action-oriented approach. And this is very much related to ACT. ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy. We accept that we are having this issue of COVID-19 now. We identify what are the value that we want to have, and commit with the actions so that we can continuously survive and thrive. So that is the meaning of ACT. It's very much related to doing action, doing things, improving things. And people who are resilient has been found to be someone who have sense of humor. In the time of stress, it doesn't mean that we cannot find any joy or any small thing that can make us happy. And people who are resilient, they can make fun of themselves sometimes. They can make fun of certain event, and laugh and find some meaning and joy, even though in the difficult time. And they have high tolerance of negative effect or uncomfortable emotion because they know that nothing is permanent. Our emotion also is not permanent. Now I probably feel elated because I'm sharing this with you, and some of you probably have the bored. You're feeling bored. Oh man, I have learned this in psychology class previously. But that kind of thoughts and emotion is not permanent. Probably it will be changed after this to, this is more excited. This is more excited. Yeah. And someone who have resilience also someone who have patience. They can wait. They can wait that because they know that is a process. Being resilient is a process. When I conducted the study, and my participants were young adults, so I do not want to trouble them to to rate a lot of items. Of course, in the study, we use scales, we use measures, and because of that, we use this BRS, brief resilience scale, to measure our participants' resilience status or level. And as you can see in your screen, how does Smith define resilience? Yeah, this measure is developed by Smith et al. In 2008. So let's have a look at the item number 1. I tend to bounce back quickly after hard times. Item number 2, I have a hard time making it through stressful events. So this is actually the negative items. Someone who do research, they need to recode this when they do the calculation, but that is a bit technical. Yeah. In other words, that if someone who have resilience, it is the vice versa of the item number 2. Item number 3, it does not take me long to recover from a stressful event. Let's move to item number 5. I usually come through difficult times with little trouble. So these are some of the definition or some of the items that reflects whether the person has higher resilience level or not. And item 4, item 2, item 4, and item 6 are the negatively worded item that need to be recoded or reversed. Yeah. Okay. When I talk about ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy, yeah, we call it ACT. We don't call it ACT. We call it ACT. Yeah. This is a mindfulness informed intervention. Some people call it mindfulness based intervention, but the researcher use the word informed. Why it is informed? Because in ACT and also DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, we use mindfulness practices as a part of a broader treatment program. Majority of the mindfulness practices does not involve meditation. So it is different from the mindfulness-based interventions such as MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction by John Kabat-Zinn, and also MBCT, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy by William and also his colleagues, at the Oxford Mindfulness Center. So if you would like to know more about DBT, MBSR, and also MBCT, I would like to suggest you to take other courses to know about that. And I'm going to focus briefly about ACT tonight. So what is ACT? Why I use ACT as part of the treatment modality or as the prevention intervention program for my research? Because I have learned that one of the protective factors of psychological distress is psychological flexibility. When we are flexible in terms of our psychology, it increases our acceptance. It increases our ability to accept that this is a stressful time. And if we look at the literature, there are 1 hour individual sessions. There are also 20-minute session integrated into primary care visit at klinik kesihatan. I mean, primary care means klinik kesihatan lah, or clinics, And it can be delivered in different formats such as individual therapy, one-day workshop, smartphone app, web-based, telephone-delivered therapy, group therapy, so on and so forth. And for our project, our research, we use digitally assisted format whereby we use Telegram. We use Telegram to share our contents to our participants. And ACT is being designed using these two theory or concept, but I don't want to dwell much into this tonight. And what does it mean by psychological flexibility? Okay, according to ACT, when we talk about psychological flexibility, it means we are in the contact of the present moment fully. We are conscious towards it, and we experience what is there to be experienced, and we work to change our behavior based on the chosen values, based on our values. And these are the hexaflex of psychological flexibility. It has 6 components. As you can see, we have self as context, we have acceptance, we have values, we have committed action. Being present is about mindfulness, and we diffuse from our negative thoughts. We diffuse from our uncomfortable emotion. In ACT or acceptance commitment therapy, it is not the same as CBT or cognitive behavior therapy. We do not actively change our irrational thoughts or catastrophic thoughts or negative automatic thoughts. So in ACT, we do not do that. We do not trying to rationalize anyone's thoughts. We just help them to diffuse from the uncomfortable emotion and irrational thoughts, and just observe that, oh, I'm thinking this. Oh, I'm naming this thought as this. Oh, so that is the meaning of diffusion. And the beauty of ACT, it is very much in line with positive psychology concept, whereby it is not only meant to reduce the psychopathology of an individual, meaning that it doesn't mean to only manage the psychopathology symptoms, but it also inculcate strengths. It also inculcate skills, kemahiran, competencies. And the vice versa of psychological flexibility is psychological rigidity. So someone who are rigid psychologically are someone who suffer more, someone who have higher psychological distress. When someone fuse with their thoughts, when someone fuse with their emotion, when someone tend to avoid experiencing difficulties, when someone too preoccupied either in their past or in their future, when someone don't know what are the values that they want to choose in order to take action. I know that it would be good if I also share with you what is ACT using this video. So why not we listen to this video about ACT and depression? Yeah, so I'm going to play this video, and Puan Wira, please let me know if it is not okay. In other words, that you cannot hear the sound. If the sound is clear and nice, we can just watch this together.
Susan's a single mom who works 2 jobs to support her.
The sound is okay. I can hear it.
Susan's a single mom who works 2 jobs to support her son, Josh, in college. She grew up in a military family and followed in her father's footsteps to serve her country. Aside from being a proud mom and vet, Susan enjoys gardening and volunteering at the USO, bringing out the best in others. But recently, she's been feeling down and keeps to herself. Her friends have noticed she hasn't called. At first, Susan thought it was just empty nest syndrome after Josh left for college. But it's more than that. Most days, she thinks a lot about her past, wishing things turned out differently, and she regrets some decisions she made after her husband died. She worries what the future will hold. Susan tries to push away these negative thoughts, but can't. She feels stuck in a black hole. Josh noticed this while he was home on semester break. It reminded him of when his high school girlfriend had depression. So, Josh told his mom he was concerned. Susan dismissed it at first. But then Josh's words got to her. She realized she needed to do something to get unstuck and move forward, but she didn't know what to do. So, Josh, a computer science major, went to Dr. Google. At first, he found way too much information about treatments and resources. What could he trust? Then he came across a public education website created by experts called Treatment Works for Vets. He showed it to his mom. She was skeptical, but she liked that it focused on vets and proven treatments. One treatment stood out: Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, or ACT. She liked that it helps people get unstuck from difficult thoughts and feelings and move forward in their lives. ACT is a talk therapy that teaches proven skills for accepting and not being controlled by negative thoughts and feelings that lead to depression. By freeing oneself of the weight of their thoughts and feelings, ACT allows people with depression to take control over their lives. ACT also helps people move forward by helping them figure out and work toward what truly matters to them, what they want their lives to be about. Studies show ACT is effective in helping both veterans and non-veterans overcome depression and lead more fulfilling lives. And it usually requires only 12 to 16 sessions. Susan wasn't much for therapy, but ACT sounded different. The idea of learning how to stop struggling with her thoughts and feelings and how to live the rest of her life in a way that really matters to her made real sense. So, she told Josh she'd give it a try. Learn more about ACT for depression and see Susan in treatment at treatmentworksforvets.org.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Treatment Works for Vets.org. So I took it from there, the video. Okay. So let's move back to ACT. And when my team and me decided that, okay, we would like to use ACT. and how we would like to use this to our young adults. Because at the beginning of our planning, we thought that this will help our university students. I mean, International Islamic University Malaysia students. And being the majority of the staff and students are Muslim, and based on the literature, we found there are so many supportive evidences that when psychological treatment is coupled with culture-based, cultural relevant content, religious, spiritually integrated components, it will improve the treatment outcome more than if we don't have the culture-based or religious, spiritual based components in the treatment. And because of that, we plan to integrate the Islamic psycho-spirituality with ACT. Because we hope that it would help our population that we want to serve better. And based on the literature, we have seen that there are so many commonalities between the Islamic concept and also ACT. For example, that in Al-Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah or chapter 2, chapter 2, Al-Baqarah means the cow. There is a specific verses saying that all of us will be tested. When we are here in this world, we will definitely be tested. So the feeling of unpleasant, the feeling of pain, the feeling of hunger will be tested to all of us. And ACT, focus on that we cannot avoid this pain and unpleasant experiences. We need to face this pain and unpleasant experiences with an acceptance and with a committed action that based on our values. And there are so many other commonalities between Islam and also ACT. And we found there is a gap because we yet to have any manualized module that integrate Islamic spirituality with ACT. So basically, we decided that we would like to develop one module, and we have named the module as I ACT for Life. And that I means Integrated Islamic Spirituality, Acceptance, Commitment Therapy for Life. It is a web-based Islamic psychospiritual ACT-based prevention program. Why it is prevention? Because we are targeting at-risk young adults. In other words, they are not being diagnosed with any mental disorders during COVID-19 pandemics. And we would like to see if this program can reduce psychological distress, can improve the psychological flexibility, self-compassion, and resilience. Okay, I'm aware of time. Now is 9:13. So let me share with you. On the left side of your screen, that is actually the module that I adopt and adapt. Doing what matters in times of stress. This is actually a module under self-help plus package. It's there in the WHO website, and it's free. So if you are interested to know more, if you would like to have a look at this is a very cheeky, very nice and illustrated guide of acceptance, commitment therapy, prevention program. It's a self-help guide. So based on this module, we integrate Islamic integrate it with Islamic psychospirituality element, and couple it with this the original module, then become I ACT for Life. So on the right side is our manual, but that is the practitioner's manual. But remember, this is actually not the original form. Why? Because all of our contents are actually being sent to our participants using Telegram, but we need to materialize it. So we make it in a form of module at the moment. We are trying to find grant to make sure that it can be digitalized in a form of apps or in a form of website. Okay, so this is an example of the exercises that we have in the module. For example, in week 1, day 4, the way we integrate the Islamic psychospirituality is when we ask our participants to be mindful when they take their ablution. Now, we take ablution every time before our prayers, and Muslim pray 5 times a day, and that is a compulsory prayers. Yeah, if we have the extra prayers, some people do extra prayers. So these are the recommended actions, yeah, recommended prayers. For all of this prayer, we need to take ablution, and part of the mindfulness practices that we have learned is body scan, yeah, and we know that actually our Muslim do take wudu or take ablution many times in one day. So instead of terming it as a body scan, we call it like a mindful wudu. So they do these mindfulness exercises, and this is not the only one. For example, let me show to you. These are the summary of what we do. We contacted our participants for every day for 5 weeks, yeah, and the exercises that they need to do will take about 10 to 15 minutes of their time every day. So from Monday until Friday, they will be contacted by us either 1 time or 2 times daily. And on Saturday, we will send them some reflections. And as you can see on your screen, there are 5 modules. The first module is grounding, and the aim is to teach our participant to notice thoughts and the feelings, to slow down and connect with their body, paying attention to the present moment. The conventional exercises, they do mindful breathing exercises, and the beauty of the WHO website, they give us the audio recording mindful breathing exercises. They give us grounding audio recording exercises as well. So for the Islamic psychospiritual element, we have this mindful recitation of Islamic mantra. Yeah, so we invite them to be mindful, to have humble attentiveness. The word khushu is an Arabic word. Khushu means humble attentiveness. So it is not only attentive, it is not only focused, but we become humble. Because we are the creator of God. So that is the meaning of khushu. Yeah. And the module 2 is about unhooking. Unhooking here refers to diffusing. Yeah. We notice and name difficult thoughts and feelings, and then we try to distance or diffuse from them. So the steps or the exercises involve notice, name, and refocus 3-step exercises. And for the Islamic psychospirituality elements, we ask them to reflect on certain Quranic verses and also certain hadith. Hadith means our prophet saying. Yeah. And the third module is acting on values. Remember, ACT is about committed actions based on the values. So in third module, we assist them to choose the values that are important for them. Pick one small way to act according to the values. The fourth module is being kind. This is where we injected also the element of self-compassion. We notice the pain is not only for us, but also for other people in the world. Yeah. And responding it with kindness. So we have this self-talk kindness exercise. And for the Islamic psychospirituality, we inject the element of reflections on certain Quranic verses and also the Prophet saying or hadith. And the final module is making room. So making room means that we make space. We make space for our different kind of thoughts, different kind of emotion, allowing that to be part of us. Yeah, rather than pushing it away or avoiding it, experiential avoidance. So that is the term, the psychological term. Yeah, the more we avoid it, the more distressed we are. And we use a famous poem by Jalaluddin Rumi on the Guest House. You probably would like to read the Guest House poem later if you haven't, yeah? Well, in the interest of time, it's now 9:20. I would like to summarize this so that we can have time for question and answer. Just to share with you, we have done the pilot test, and based on the pilot test, the results was good. And based on the pilot test result, we conduct RCT, randomized control trial. About 93 participants agreed to be randomized and meet the inclusion criteria. So we have experimental group, those who receive this IAC for life, and we have wait-listed control group, those who only receive the intervention after we have done with the experimental group. And based on the findings, the results, adherence for the first 2 weeks was high. Remember, this is a 5 full weeks program. Around 80% adhere to the program, but it declines, and this is pretty normal in any experimental study or in any program. Yeah, and of course, definitely it reduced, but it does not impact our power of the study. This is something related to statistics. Yeah, we don't need to worry much about that. And based on the results, we have found that people who receive IAC for life before and after intervention, there are some significant difference. And when we compare their results after the intervention with the control group, there are also significant difference. And in any RCT study, we do not only test statistical analysis, statistical significance. Yeah, we also would like to see does this result is reliable and also have some clinical change. When we call reliable and clinical change, here refers to there are some changes in terms of cutoff score. If previously, before they joined the program, they have extremely severe depression level, does it move to the moderate, severe or moderate level of depression symptoms? So that is the meaning of reliable and clinical change. I would say that the majority, only small number have a reliable change. But remember, this is a self-help program. There is no therapies. We just give them the content. Yeah, give them the content through Telegram every day for 5 weeks. To summarize our session tonight, before I take some questions if you have, I would like to say that IAC for Life is an integrated Islamic psychospirituality, acceptance and commitment therapy-based prevention program. It able to reduce psychological distress at risk young adults, and at the same time it also improve their self-compassion, their psychological flexibility, and also their resilience. Yeah, and we hope to digitalize this. And what we are going to do after this, I have submitted to research grant application. We would like to see IAC for Life in one experimental group versus ACT for Life, meaning that there is no Islamic psychospirituality elements versus waitlist control group. And I would like to see if there is any significant difference. If there is no significant difference, I would say that we can use ACT for Life without having the Islamic psychospirituality elements. Probably ACT for Life, the conventional one, is already Islamic enough for our Muslim young adults. And those who would like they would like their therapy to feel Islamic, to have the integration, they can choose for IAC for Life. Well, I think that's all from me today, Puan Wira. So I pass back the floor to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jamila. Yeah, it is very interesting topic. Since last week, I was wondering how does this work? I mean, how did you do it? Even though you said that it is through Telegram, I still cannot really see how does it work, how you analyze the data, because it shows that it is an experiment, right? It is an experimental study. So, but the content from Telegram is more like qualitative in nature. It is content.
The content is in the form of is a micro content. Let me share with you how we give the content to our participants. Yeah.
So for others, if you have any question, feel free to ask in the chat box or through Facebook and all the channels that we have. Later, I'll read the question for Dr. Jamila to answer.
Okay. When we design the program, we want to make sure that all the contents are in a form of micro content, meaning that it's very short, simple, straightforward. And because of that, we decided that it should be in the form of image. So we have this image, we have an illustrator to illustrate this. Somehow we mimic the WHO module. So this is in the form of illustration, right? It has some text there. So we will post it to our participants. And let's see, for example, this is the opening. So we pass this. To accompany the illustration, we have some text. As you know that, people give image and text at the bottom, or I think of the image. That is how we pass it to our participants. It is actually a hard work because we cannot schedule so many Telegram messages. We can only schedule one after another. So this is the opening. Let me share with you the week 1. Yeah. So this is our daily reminder to show this is the photo, the illustration, and we accompanying it with the simple text. Yeah. What is the text? Okay. For example, these are some of the illustration with the text. These are also some of the these are only text messages. Yeah. Right. And these are the illustration. Okay, now I need to stop sharing my my screen because I want to show to you how we pass to our participants the text. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm sharing it again. So this is the self-help module. Yeah. I'm sharing the PDF. Can you see my PDF?
Yes.
Okay. So that on the right side, the cartoon is the image. And the text will have this: being grounded involves paying attention to blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Set your
so they have
intentions.
to respond to this, or they have to do this as an exercise?
Oh, they don't need to respond. This is a self-help. We just inform them and we invite them to do the exercise, and they do it on their on themselves.
So they will
this is
do
a
this mindful
self-help.
zikir?
We ask them to do mindful zikir, and at the end of the week on Saturday, we will ask them to reflect, to do reflections, and they submit to us the written reflections using Google Form.
Oh, okay. That's what you have the micro how to say micro
content. These are the micro content. So we make sure that it is very short, simple, nice, impactful, and we also need to make sure that some of the exercises are engaging in nature, either visually, through audio, or through kinesthetic, whereby they need to engage, they need to use their fingers to play the quiz. Some of the exercises are in the quiz form, so we use Quiz-Ease.
So this is interesting because they are not only looking at the tags and all, but they use all this. It covers the psychological side of human being, right? Okay, doctor. Now we have more questions.
Is it? Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
First question: what is the meaning of digitalized mental health? They ask you to elaborate a little bit.
What is the meaning? I don't have the academic definition of digitalized mental health intervention with me, but as far as I know, that if we put it on apps, if we put it on web, and if we use the social media, so that means for me digitalized mental health. I may be wrong. I'm so sorry. They use the this is my understanding. I probably need to read more on that.
So it is like a platform. So we widen the platform. It's not only if you want to the intervention or the prevention program can be in a apps kind of.
Yeah. So if we have an apps, for example, then we can put our contents there, and based on the literature, if we have application with our content, and sometimes we as the therapist involved with them, that could also increase the treatment outcome. That would be better.
With this digital world, I believe it really can make a difference lah, give a different impact.
And do you know that Kerajaan Selangor have these Selangkah apps? Do you know Selangkah apps?
Yes, I heard it before.
And we have Selangkah apps. We also have our My Sejahtera, right? If you explore our My Sejahtera, it is linked to the KKM Let's Talk Minda Sihat.
Yes, betul.
Yeah, and in the Selangkah apps, the Selangor that application lah. Yeah, I don't know what is My Selangkah. Sorry. Why I cannot turn off my chat? Okay. In that Selangkah app, there are a component of Sehat, Selangor Sehat. SEHAT. That is actually a mental health intervention, and it is a digitalized mental health intervention, because when you click that Sehat, Selangor Sehat, it has assessment for you, it has program for you, it has videos, exercises for you that you can take.
Macam tu. So it is, they change the platform, they give the options of being in digital form, right? Instead of like face-to-face intervention and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So another question, Doctor. As a psychologist, as well as mindfulness teacher, do you feel that is there a need to promote mindfulness in school and university?
Oh yes, definitely. In all of my classes with my students, because I'm teaching university students, at the beginning of my classes, I will do this 3 minutes mindfulness exercises, be it mindful breathing, be it mindful movement, be it mindful eating, be it mindful drinking. So we will start doing mindfulness exercises, and it continue prolong until today. I think I've started since 5-6 years ago, and when I ask my students, what did you remember most about our class? I remember your mindful breathing exercises. It really helped me, Dr. Jamila, when I'm stressful at workplace. Oh, okay. How about clinical psychology? Well, I remember something lah. But they remember most about the mindfulness exercises.
So I heard about it before, like a few years back, but I never focused on what is actually mindfulness. I thought it's just like it is a counseling kind of thing, there's therapy or something like that. Up until I heard Dr. Madiana in IKIM, in the radio broadcast, IKIM, when she talks about mindfulness, then only then I say aha moment lah that time. Then only I spend time to read more about it. So I think that it is interesting. Then we can do it at all the time, and we can incorporate it in our daily routine life, and to make it everything is mindful, as we can create it as a mindful activity.
Yeah. If I can share the feedback provided by my student, why it is very important for our students, whether at school or at university. Our students are very busy. As how busy we are, they are also very busy. They have to juggle a lot of things. And they need to move from one class to another. This is pre-COVID lah. They need to move from one class to another physically. Now, in fact, they also need to move from one class to another without moving, except for moving their fingers, right? Clicking here and there. But it's still tiring, right? It's still tiring. I think in front of the screen also we are more tired because we don't really move much. So my students mentioned that these 3 to 5 minute mindfulness exercises that I allocate in every of my class, the beginning of my class, allow them to have a space for them to ground themselves. Some people use the word grounding. Some people use the word that at least I can breathe, madam, from one class to another. And some people say that when I do these mindfulness exercises, my attention and my focus increase and I am more prepared to listen to you. So that is how important mindfulness exercises. Before we start our class, I think we need to make it as part of the practices.
I think I have to. I need to start. Especially I have class at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday some more.
Just be careful. Sometimes when they do mindful breathing, they will sleep.
Okay, another question, Doctor. Are there any proactive strategies that you have put in place to encourage active participation or to prevent dropout in your study?
Oh, that is a very important question. You have a researcher hat. How to prevent dropout? Well, yep, we provide some honorarium. That is one of the way. We provide some honorarium for them to actively involve and provide reflections. Yeah, but at the same time, we also inform them that it's okay. There are times that we are very busy, and if we do not explicitly say this, because remember it is a self-help, yeah. But there is no we don't punish them if they don't do. We accept it as it is, and the one of the thing that I believe make people sustain, yeah, only about 50% people sustain, yeah, is because it is short. It only take about 10 to 15 minutes of their daily time, and it is every day. They get the message every day, every day. Every day, morning or afternoon, or both morning and afternoon. So because of these daily messages, some of our participants say that they are looking forward to that. It's as if that someone is telling them that, hey, care for yourself. Hey, care for yourself. So these are the things that we do to make sure that it does not drop out more than 50%. We already suspected it will drop out for 50%. When I did my PhD also, the dropout was 50% as well. And I did 8 sessions of CBT, and the dropout was about 50% as well.
So I think because of the time, I need to do more fast of the reading question. There's some comment from Facebook. So creative by combining Islamic prayers and ACT, one person said, and then such a compassionate effort, which I'm in the future to explore more. I wonder how it will work versus for V is for what? Sexual abuse case or something like that.
Yeah, we need to test this to different population, and don't worry, I am currently trying to find a publisher who can publish this for free. And when this can be published for free, our team would like to share this module and also all our materials for free. So when it is published, I will let my colleagues Angus and also Michelle from Journey Within, in case some of our participants would like to get access to it. If you don't want to use the Islamic part, it's okay. You can just use the conventional part.
Yes. And last question, Doctor. Last question. For your research, can you share with us any limitation that you found at the end that other research can look into, that they can
Okay.
further?
Yeah, of course. One of the limitations is that after we have completed this, after we have completed the study, more and more Quranic verses and also prophet sayings that we found that, hey, this is more suitable. Why we did not found this? That is in terms of the content, yeah. That is in terms of the content. And another limitation is that our honorarium to our participant for us is not that high enough that probably can attract more participants to adhere to the treatment program. And another limitation is that I found that my research assistant is so tired to run this program because we need to do it manually. Yeah, we need to do it manually. And when we do it manually, there are certain times that it may it may not adhere to the protocol a bit. So remember, this is an RCT. It must as much as possible it need to adhere to the protocol. When, who, how long. And we have published the protocol in the clinicaltrial.org if you would like to see our protocol, clinicaltrial.org. What else? The Telegram lah. I think one of the limitation is Telegram. Not many people like to use Telegram, or many of us use WhatsApp. Our students.
So why Telegram being chosen as the platform?
Why Telegram? I think there are certain components, a certain style of Telegram that can help the program to be delivered better, such as we have audio recording that is quite large, for about 10 minutes. So I think Telegram can help to have that, and it is also in cloud, right, rather than in someone's phone. So because of that, we make it compulsory for those who have Telegram only can join the program, or those who willing to download Telegram and use Telegram, they can join our program. That is another limitation, and it sounds discriminative in nature lah.
What to do? That they offer best service that fulfill our requirement, right?
And I think that hopefully in the future we can do more follow-up. We only have 1 month follow-up, so to see whether this is sustainable or not. Another limitations that we found, that we cannot see how about after 3 months, how about after 6 months, how about after 1 year. We don't the problem with very few minimal finding is we cannot see the sustainability of the intervention.
Not yet. Doctor, not yet.
Not yet.
You can do that longitudinal study then.
Hopefully.
I mean, inshallah. I think so far that's all for the question. Thank you so much, Dr. Jamila, for your time, for your experiences, for your knowledge that you share. We learned a lot. I learned a lot. For sure, I learned a lot about randomized control trial, about ACT itself, about what clinical psychologists do, because I'm only educational psychologist, and so this is like different knowledge field from my side. I hope, I also believe that our participants today, our live audience in Facebook enjoy and benefit with the content that you share, Doctor. Thank you so much. So I guess I give this floor to the MC to end the session.
Thank you, Puan Wira, and also the speakers today, Dr. Jamila Hanu, for sharing her finding. I'm sure our audience gained some insight from today's finding. On behalf of our organizations, we would like to invite our audience to leave a few words or thoughts under the Facebook live streams of this event. You may click the link from the chat box at the bottoms of your Zoom control panels. The sessions for tomorrow is a Mandarin talk. 梯子要有多高才能到了天堂，陪伴儿童面对死亡，悲伤你生命意义。 Stairways to Heaven, Accompanying Children in Facing Grief, Death, and Meanings of Life by Li Xiaofen at 7:30 p.m. and moderated by Mr. Angus Ng. Kindly join the Zoom webinar 10 minutes before the event starts. Before we go, we would like to promote a little about Utah Hospital, a non-profit hospital, and will be self-sustained. Your value, support, and generous contributions for this hospital projects will greatly benefit the medical and health science students, the community, and nations. Such a meaningful project needs a strong support and contribution from all parties. To support Utah Hospital Project, kindly click in the link below www.utah.edu/UEF for donations. Thank you. See you in our next talk.